So here's the thing. In yesterday's game, I talked about how yesterday LeBron was kind of like he kind of seemed to have run out of gas a little bit coming down the stretch. What was he? What was he? 4 for 21 in the second half. Yes, on Monday or what? Sunday? Excuse me, on Sunday.
Sunday.
4 for 21. Um, but here's the thing. In both championship finals, the two rings that he has, LeBron averaged 21 shot attempts in both of those finals. You say, all right, 21, cool. He only shot 44% in those finals, though, and they won. Okay, so your next question would probably be what? What did he shoot in the games that he lost? The Spurs game, right, and the Mavericks series, right? Well, in the Mavericks series, I don't know what the percent, or excuse me, yeah, the Mavericks series. I put Spurs on my notes for whatever reason. He only averaged 15 shot attempts, and the highest total in the series was 19. The lowest was 11. 11. That's like, for those of you who are doing the math at home, that's like 3 a quarter. That's less than 3 a quarter. You know, he'd have to get 12 to get to 3. See, math, public school, DeKalb County. Check yourself. And in the Spurs loss, he averaged 18 shots per game and shot 57%. Very efficient in a losing effort, though. So at first glance, it looks like, okay, if LeBron just goes and doesn't worry about the percentages and just shoot, get shots up, his team fares better. He ends up with championships. These are finals numbers that I'm giving you here. But, because I try to be responsible and not just stop, I kept reading. And by the end of the article, in 14 playoff games, in his career, he's led the team in field goal percentage 14 times, playoff-wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the times that he's had the highest percentage in those games, the team's 11-3. So, what are we saying? We're kind of talking out of both sides of our mouths now, right? And here's, I guess, the big takeaway from this. It's important, and I say this a lot. It's important to understand what you're seeing. Like a lot of people like to take statistics and throw those things independently at a debate or an argument without actually observing the action that's going on. The fact that now, think about what we're talking about. We're talking about a Cleveland team who's devoid of Kyrie Irving, who's devoid of Kevin Love. We're talking about with the Miami Heat. I can't remember Chris Bosh or Dwayne Wade missing many, if any, playoff games while LeBron was there. I know, Dwayne Wade missed, I won't say plenty, but he missed games in the regular season. I don't remember him being in a suit during the playoffs, which tells you what? That LeBron, there were shots to go around. Bosh needed to get touches. Dwayne Wade obviously needed his touches. So it was more important. It was more of the essence for LeBron to be more efficient. Now, think about what we're talking about. You replace Kevin Love with Tristan Thompson, right? The offensive rebound machine. So basically, at some points in your possessions, in certain possessions, a missed shot becomes an assist because Tristan Thompson's going to get it off the glass because someone has come to help. Like we saw it in the last game. We saw how hard it is for a guy like Ezeli to go help on LeBron, contest the shot, but then have to at some point turn back around and find and locate the man he just left to be able to box him out and get a rebound. You end up getting loose ball fouls that way. Pushes in the back, you end up hooking guys, and that's what ended up happening. These are the cumulative effects of not LeBron hitting shots, but just him taking shots. Him and where he's taking them from as well. Because the one thing that I haven't pointed out and that I don't get from this article is in which game did he fall in love with the jump shot? In which game was he aggressive and going to the rack? In which game was LeBron getting calls, that obviously he didn't get last game.
We're sorry. We blew it, but we're sorry. We're
tough.
sorry.
Like, how do you feel about that? This question was asked a lot today on TV. I noticed, but
crap.
the whole transparency thing ain't really your deal. Like, get it right.
No,
That's Rob. Rob's like, get it right. Don't tell me you got it wrong later. Just get it right then.
Look, my whole thing is that if it's a question right then on the floor, if y'all have a question about anything else, guess what they do? They run their ass over there to the sideline and pull over the screen and look at the screen.
Well, here's the thing, Rob. Before you say that, before you go down that rabbit hole, there are only specific things that they can go over there for.
That they can look at.
In that case, every game would be like 9 hours long, and it'd be like today, game one is just ending.
But the thing about it is that much like we talked about it yesterday, much like that Kevin Durant foul in the finals a couple years ago. Excuse me, that was a game-changing. That could have been a game-changing play. Just imagine if Golden State had been able to score, like one more time because of that. It could have been a game-changing play, and then you come back. If the Cavs were down 2-0, and then the refs come back and be like, oh yeah, we blew it. Then sorry, don't fix nothing. And it's just like, again, there have been 2 big games, the biggest stage of the NBA season, in the same spot, referee in the same position, missed the same damn call. Like, it's kind of unbelievable to me, man. But, again, at least the Cavs won the game, and the refs non-call didn't affect. But on the flip side, LeBron traveled.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of an even wash, because if they had a call to travel, the same thing would have happened. It still would have been, a non-shot, and you just still ended up with the same results. But, the referees, when you're right there, you got to get it right. It was another play right there during Game 2 where it looked like Golden State knocked the ball out right on the sideline, and the referee called it. The ref that was standing right there where the ball went out said it was Cavalier's ball. And then remember, everybody on the sideline right there for Golden State, they all jumped up at the ref, and then the other ref ran over and was like, no, Golden State ball. Like, no, if the ref was right there,
No, I don't have a problem with that, though. I don't have a problem with that. If somebody had a better look at something, yeah, that's what you got there to do. Get together and get it right.
But did he really? If you standing right there and the other guy is on the other side, like, who really has the better view?
Yeah, I mean, and here's the other thing that we get caught up in, too. We get caught up in a lot. Like, we forget sometimes that a lot of the things that we're watching them in super slow motion. They're
right.
Watching these huge like think about Klay Thompson's second foul. He's running down the court and he's flailing his arms at LeBron James. And initially, I'm going to stick to my argument. Like, Klay can't put himself in that position. Put your hands up and contest. What are you swiping around for? Like, and Mark Jackson said it initially too, but then they saw the replay and they was like, "Oh my, that's not a foul. That's not a foul." Well, okay, but guess what? You did the same thing the referee did. Your initial thought was, because you saw him chopping at the ball, it looked like a foul. It was a foul action. You know what I'm saying? So you can stick to that point, because for whatever reason, Klay Thompson loves to get himself in those ticky-tack foul situations, especially when he's just about to go off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude hit like 3 in a row, and then on the other end, a crazy reach-in foul. And it'll be a second in the first quarter. You got to go sit down for the rest of the quarter. Like, you as a player got to be smarter than that. Go get lateral, move your feet, and get your hands up. If the dude makes a contested shot, he makes a contested shot. But guess what you're doing on the other end? You're busting them for 3 on the other end every time. Got to be smarter.
Oh, yeah.
So
he put himself in that predicament.
So my overall point is that sometimes
he could have went for 50.
We got to understand that when we see these super slow motion things, we're like, it's clearly off of the Cavs. Well, you know what I mean? It's clearly then, after the third time we've seen it, but in real time, and especially after, if you look at the replay, especially that play that you're referring to, it was close. That was close. Like, the things that I think I have the biggest problem with, like the Draymond stuff, when like Draymond's like holding my man down, like holding LeBron down on
he wrapped LeBron up
on the jump ball.
He wrapped him up.
Like, come on, like when it happened, I laughed because it's Draymond and that's like Draymond stuff. That's the kind of stuff I'm gonna do. I'm 6'6", he's 6'8", and jumps out the gym. I gotta find an advantage some way. You know, if I get caught.
But the refs didn't see that either.
Right.
But they didn't see that either.
So if I get caught, I just get caught. And he did it. He did it twice.
You know, and Bron's like, he was holding me.
Right. he
you
does it twice.
Like we can't reach up. Like, I mean, and that's what I'm saying, dude. In that game, Sunday night, I really thought right there at the end, at some point, the Cavs were going to be without LeBron James because it was so much that happened that he, you know, he didn't get calls on and whatnot. And you could see it in his face. Like, it was bothering the hell out of him. But, he kept it professional. But I just knew that at any given time, while he kept trying to conference with the refs, I just knew at any given time it was going to be like, like I said, he held it together.
And you know what I think? I think it's only right that we address these the fix is on people. Yeah. When it's LeBron getting karate chopped, all you hear is crickets. Ain't nobody hollering that foolishness then. Like, LeBron gets a call here and there. He's the best player on the planet. Deal with it, right? But then when he doesn't, like when somebody's allowed to physically accost him, ain't nobody on Twitter like, yeah, see, told you now the fix on for the Warriors. Nah, for some reason the NBA has the fix on for LeBron, although he's not getting any calls. Yeah.
Well, and you know what's crazy? And even when LeBron got slapped on the nose, right? Everybody talking about, look at LeBron, he's just being dramatic. Like, no. Like, and that's why when you tweeted that was automatic, tears or whatnot when you get hit across the bridge of the nose. I'm like, absolutely.
Immediately.
That's why I was like, anybody that don't believe that, that it hurts, like, I'll be bridge slapping at Quick Trip in Decatur. Like, you can meet me there. I'll slap you across the bridge of your nose, see how you like it.
Yeah, you get anybody who's ever at any point in your life played football and that chin strap get nice and greasy because you're sweating, and then the next thing you know, that thing just come down over the bridge of your nose. Yeah, immediately you're gonna cry. It just happens. Like, you ain't crying, but for whatever reason, the bridge of your nose is attached to your tear duct some kind of way.
Oh, yeah.
And immediately as you get hit in it, welling up immediately like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So when Draymond gave him that swipe, I was like, yeah, he gonna cry when he get in the car. Red. So the thing I'm most excited about to see in this game, it's probably what everybody is. You want to see how Steph Curry bounces back. I texted you earlier today because Chauncey Billups was breaking down Steph Curry and what he was doing.
I missed it.
And it was the same thing I was telling you yesterday, though. Like you said you didn't see the pick and roll enough, and he broke it. They was in pick and roll a lot, but the thing they were doing, they were blitzing it with a big, and it turned into a quasi double team at that point. And my point to you yesterday was like, if you're Steph and that's happening, your ball handling skills are good enough that if Tristan Thompson steps out and it's a double team, take a couple of extra dribbles, make him commit all the way, and then use your vision and use your passing ability. Now, I know this is not LeBron I'm talking about, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult because Steph is 6'3", Tristan Thompson 6'8", 6'9", and to be able to find a clear passing lane around, over, or around or beneath him, it's going to be difficult. But you the MVP. I'm allowed to expect those things of you. You know what I mean? So hopefully, and we got like 90 seconds in this thing. I want to talk about at the beginning of next hour. I want to talk about Steve Kerr because he's going to be very, very instrumental in what we see today. And if you've watched this Golden State team throughout the duration of the playoffs, from New Orleans to Memphis to Houston to now the Cleveland Cavaliers, you've seen Steve Kerr. As Rob mentioned the other day, he talked about coaches making their money. He's made his money by making adjustments after losses. So that is what I'm looking to see today. And when we get back, I'll tell you guys what particular adjustment I'm looking for. I kind of alluded to it yesterday, but I kind of want to go a little bit more in depth with it. If I can.
I want to ask you something about Mark Jackson.
I'll answer right now. Yeah, he got embezzled by a prostitute. Oh, is that not what? That's not what it was. That was. Sorry, dude. I jumped the gun on that one, didn't I?
But that did happen.
Strike that from the record. Somebody hit the dump button.
He ain't the first preacher to go through that. Know that.
mark.
Mama, there goes that man.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what she said, exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Sports Kings Live. Meanwhile, my man Greg Anthony like, man, come on, anybody gonna give me a call? NBA TV.